Mr. Riley? Good. So I'm going to go back to my Cambridge website, and I think we were working on 2017, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I have to look at this. Running 2020 series, good. Okay, so I'll go to history. And then we go to examination resources. And then I think we were doing 2017. Series, June, November, apply. Examiner report mark, question, apply. Good. So let me check if we finished this one. I think we've done quite a lot in this one. Questions. At the Paris conference, the victors faced a difficult task. We've done that. Motivated by revenge, Lloyd, George Orwell, we've done that. Describe the role of the League. Okay, so we're gonna do this part in here. So again, the same thing. Describe the role of the League in the Upper Silesia dispute, 1919 to 1921. 4 marks. Just to check, boys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, good, awesome. So the role of the League in the Upper Silesia dispute, 21. Why did the absence of some countries from the League weaken it? That's a good one. That's a very good one. The humanitarian work of the League of Nations was the most successful of its activities in the 20s. Very good. So can you give me only one idea about the role of the League in the Upper Silesia dispute? Can you write in there if you can? So just to see if we can engage in a way, you know? Like, what do you think about Upper Silesia dispute? What was that dispute? Just write one thing you remember from that, about that. Between which countries? I'm gonna start, okay? So Germany versus Poland, isn't it? That's the main discussion. It was a success or a defeat or a failure? I think it was a success. It's regarded as a success. Okay. Yes. Plebiscite, yeah. So the area was divided into okay. So look at this, how we actually have the 4 points like that. So Germany versus Poland in the year of 1921, obviously. And then, as Riley said, it was a plebiscite, and then it was a success, and it was divided into. So now we go to this to see how we do this, because we want to do the card for that, okay? So Upper Silesia. So we're gonna go there quickly. Okay, I'm gonna put this somewhere here. Upper Silesia will be somewhere here. Yeah. So describe the role of Upper Silesia. So we do exactly the same. We don't have time to spend now to do brainstorming and me to check your knowledge. That's not my point in here. So I told you that I have a plan to finish 100 cards, and we're gonna actually do that. So we just copy the last one and paste it here. Of course, you all have access on OneNote and SlideShare account and in the Teams to all these documents. They are all there. I download it. So after each lesson, I'm just putting the video on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and then everything in there. So that will be Upper Silesia 022 for Upper Silesia 1921. Good. Look at that. Beautiful. So just open that. And we go back to this copy. You need obviously only 4. That's all. My idea, my request for you is to actually make sure that you have at least 5, because that will actually be in your favor. That will help you a lot. So this one should go like that, and like that, and like this. So 4-pointer, and these are examples of what you have to say. So the league was responsible for ensuring the peace settlement was maintained. Look at that, 1 point only by stating the obvious. It's so simple and so easy. Ensuring the peace settlement. Okay, you just put that. The dispute was between Germany and Poland, as I said, very easy. March 21, the league organized a plebiscite. Well done, Riley. And then 700,000 voted in favor of Germany, 480,000, not really, it was quite close, okay? 480,000 voted in favor of Poland. So the result of a plebiscite, if you want to actually write it, that would be amazing, because that would be awesome. In that moment you finish the question. The league had held 6 weeks of discussions. Any of these points will actually do the job for you. Between the German and Polish representatives, they have meetings and stuff to just come together and see what they're going to do with that. The league decided that the territory should be shared. That's the decision of the league, which is very cool. And of course, you know that they split it in 2. Poland would receive the mainly industrial area, which was very bad for Germany. Obviously, Germany should have just over half of the territory, but Poland would receive the main industrial area. So that will be kind of like better for Poland, okay? In terms of territory, Germany will receive half, more than half, but that will be the big thing. League safeguarded minority groups. It's a kind of like a detail, a technical detail, but it's important to know it. So again, boys, like all these sessions we've done, we go through this again and again. You see how easy it is when you do each of these 4 pointers. And actually, that's a very, very good and efficient revision. The league safeguarded rail links between the 2 countries. That's another good point. And the league made arrangements for water and power supplies from one side of the border to supply to the other. That's, again, very technical, but you know, if you remember this, that's okay. So that's actually all. That's the Upper Silesia. Not such a big deal. Of course, you're going to have access to this. Don't worry. Let's go to the next one. We don't want to spend any extra time. Why did the absence of some countries from the league weaken it? That's such a good question. Can you give me your first idea? Remember, boys, remember, I know that now you are bombarded with information and stuff because you have other tutorials and other subjects. Think very simple. Just think at the question and think simple and come up with the simplest of all, because usually that's 80% of cases, that's the best answer. So let's see, what would you say on this one? Just, you know, so I will write mine, and I'm just gonna leave you like for 30 seconds to think. Why did the absence of some countries from the league weaken it? So let me write something in here. Yes, excellent, Michael. Made it less legitimate, yeah. Made the league Okay, USA, in my opinion, was very important, and it was regarded as a balanced opinion. So USA not being part of the league was bad. Also, you have other things, for example, yeah, harder to carry through with collective security. Excellent, very good. Both of you, very good answers in there. So look at this, we already have heaps of tons of information. So this is probably one of the easiest 0.6 I've encountered around. So let's see which one they will choose, these people. So we're gonna go straight there and see what's the answer. Of course, we're gonna go and look into all the things they do. Good. So we go to this one. Good. This one. So Upper Silesia, copy, paste. Titles are very strange and weird. Don't look into that. So for this one, we have, come on. Okay. I'm interested in this one. So look at that. I'm going to discuss now. Just give me a second to make it proper. Okay, good. So again, for this one, two main points. Explain two reasons, okay? That's the one. Why did the absence of some countries had such a devastating impact, okay? That's the problem. It's a sixer. Explain two reasons. And these are the reasons. Look at that. So the USA's absence was a body blow to the league, as the organization was deprived of the world's most powerful, influential, and wealthy country. So without that, yeah, you are kind of like a laughing stock. Without the USA, economic and military sanctions were not effective. This meant that ability of the league to take action against aggressive countries was much reduced, and the general prestige of the league was significantly affected. Look at that. That's one of your reasons. Of course, you have to describe even more than that, but that's one of the reasons. And then we get some of the points from here. And we're going to choose one for our second reason. So first of all will be USA. So as I said, sanctions were not effective without the USA. That's another point. This meant the ability of the league to take actions was much reduced, ability reduced, and general prestige was shattered, okay? The USA's absence meant the league sanctions were not very effective. The league missed the USA influence and power. The absence of Germany, look at that. So I would say second. So that would be main reason, first reason, okay. First reason, that's a very good reason, I think. And then second reason is I will do the second reason, Germany, because Germany was an important country, and of course they come up to the league in 1926, which is very, very late actually. So I'm going to focus on the second one, on Germany. The absence of Germany made the league seem like a club for the victorious powers, as I said in the previous thing. Without seeing that, made the league look like a club of victors. USA very important, so capturing immediately your two most important ideas, okay? And not being part of the league was bad. hard to carry through collective security, very good. Less legitimate, excellent. So all of these can be incorporated in here, and you can do wonders with this answer. So that's for a 6. You are not allowed to get less than 6 on this one. With the absence of Germany, the League could not influence Hitler's foreign policy. So you know that it's better, even in the worst case scenario, in a case of a war or bad relations with the country or whatever, you are better off if, for example, you have your enemy at the table talking to you, rather than sending bad rhetorics and just punching each other. Okay, so this was the case during the Cold War. They still, even during these Cold Wars, remember what happened after the Cuban Missile Crisis, when they actually started that hotline, and that was actually the last line of communication. You are still in contact with these people before doing something stupid. So it's better than nothing. Okay. So that's the point in here. With the absence of Germany, the League could not influence Hitler's foreign policy. And Italy and Japan left the League despite being both being powerful and influential country. Not inviting Russia, I mean, the League lacked a world power, so that will be added here. Okay, and of course, you can insert this part in here. The League could have been more effective if all major countries had been members. So you can say in here, in the beginning, that's a good one. So look at this, how you actually you come up with a very, very good answer. You know all this stuff, so it's not such a big deal. It's not that you don't know this. And even, so second reason will be not inviting main powers. Germany and Russia, okay? Now, just inviting, you know, just inviting France and UK didn't mean that the League was effective. I mean, it was kind of, probably was like on a 50% effectiveness, okay, with these countries. So first reason, the absence of the most. Okay, that was really a big blow for these people. Okay, most powerful country, which is USA. So you see how easy is this? Of course, done. Perfect. Question time. How many you think you'll do in this one, people? And welcome, Theo. Question time. That's a 6 pointers. Don't tell me 5, because it's not possible. It's a very, very easy one. So it's a rhetorical question. You're all going to get 5 on this, 6, sorry, on this one. Good. Next, we go to the next one. Fast forward. Let's see. The humanitarian work of the League of Nations was the most successful of its activities. Explain your answer in the 20s, okay? So now let's go here to the drawing board, humanitarian work. Let's think of this one. So what do you think? What was the most important part in there, in humanitarian work? So what do you talk about when you go with this part? Humanitarian work will be agencies, committees, and what, commissions. That will be Yes, prisoners of war being returned. That's one. Very good. There will be the refugee committee, I think, refugee committee, something like that. Very good, Michael. And also you have the slavery commission, isn't it? Slavery commission. There will be another one. And the health committee. Health committee, which is very, yeah, drug slavery disease. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Health committee. This is a very, very important subject. It's because you have all these different things, and a small subject can arise from this one. It's always there regarding the league. They have something about humanitarian or some. Can be, I don't know, can be a question, I don't know, very specific from the Slavery Commission. Let me see in the book. So this can come like a extremely small point, and this will actually be quite difficult to grasp if you don't know, because you have to write for a 10 pointers, 3 pro and 2 cons. Okay, so you have a question in here. Your question is, let me check here. Your question is, the humanitarian work was the most successful of its activities, and you say humanitarian work successful, and you find pros, or not very successful, and you say no, actually no, not the humanitarian work, the other work, when fixing the problems between countries or whatever, league successes or whatever, isn't it? For example, I'll give you an example regarding a possible question. Let's see, I'm reading here, the refugee organization, there was an estimate, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they can ask you, what happened with Greeks refugees, how League of Nations helped the Greeks refugees, for 4 pointers. And you'll need to know that there were 1 million Greeks that were made homeless during the Turkish War of Independence, and the League intervened and fixed this problem, for example. So again, you have to not underestimate these questions and go and do these pages in your book. Remember, you have the book and you have all the information in there on PDF. So you need to go through all this stuff, because somehow these things can, I don't know, come back and bite you. For example, I can give you now a question. I can ask you a question, and let's see, what do you know about that? Because that's in your, this is in your book. Okay. Good. So, describe the work of the Norwegian explorer Nansen on behalf of LON, League of Nations. That can be a very legitimate question. And it's there in your book. So Fridtjof Nansen, he was a famous explorer up to the Pole North Pole. It's in that region, obviously being Norwegian, North Pole, the Arctics. And so the guy was the guy who actually was set up to deal with the refugees. So let's do this as a separate subject, okay? So let's do this as a separate one. I told you I want to reach 100, and I'm gonna reach it. Damn it, I'm gonna reach it. So paste in here, good, 024, rename 024, and I'll call it refugee organization. And because I don't want you to actually feel bad that you don't know the answer to this question. So once we do this, we're gonna, you know, kind of like know about this. So what was the question in there? Describe the work on behalf of League of Nations. Good. Look at that beautiful question. Control A, and we're gonna go like this. Behalf of League of Nations. Full stop. Look at this question. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's make it a question, 4 pointers, okay? 4 pointers. So let's say 4 in here. Good. So what do we do in here? We just talk about a few bits and pieces that Nansen actually did for the Refugee Commission. So let me think. So you will write a thing about the refugee organization. The refugee organization was set up by the League of Nations, by LON, to deal with all prisoners of war. Let's be even smarter, all World War I prisoners of war, yeah. Especially from which countries? Soviet Russia, they have heaps. Then obviously Poland, Germany, France, and Turkey. Look at that. Big countries, big sentence in the beginning. That can be 6 pointers easy also. That's one. Okay, now. How many Russians? 250,000 Russians. 300,000 Germans. Germans. Okay. Germans and Austro-Hungarians. Okay, because they were together, obviously. And these were in different camps in different countries. And also 1 million Greeks, homeless. Okay, you have to resolve these problems. So that will be problems, okay? Problems to fix. Look at that. That will be the problems to fix. Now, you see, boys, I think this is going to be in your exam, this specific one. Let's see in 2 weeks' time from now if I was right or not. I think this is going to be in your exam. I have this feeling. That's why I'm doing it now with you. So, problems to fix. What else? So what Nansen did? Nansen was called to kind of like come up with a solution to how do I put this? To come up with a solution, and he he worked alongside who? Do you remember? Alongside the Red Cross. Okay, Red Cross was a very important organization. It is still nowadays. So another point in here, Red Cross, if you put that, it's a good point. And then numbers, if you put that, it's another point. And then if you say the League of Nations to deal with prisoners of war, it's another point already. So you have 3 points already. And okay, so his methods, let's see, write this, Nansen's methods. Methods were find, because he had to move actually these people homeless, so you have to move them in from one place to another, find suitable transportation for many of these POW. Okay. What else? Creating new settlements, obviously, for all these people, teaching them new trades and skills. Okay, because they wanted, I don't know, to reconverse professionally, probably from fighting, from being soldiers to really doing something for themselves. Okay, so trades and skills, and also issuing new identity document. Perfect. So look at that. Methods, and you can just really choose any of these. This will be like more. This is more than 4, but that's not enough. You have 4 pointers in here, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need the 5th one. I told you the 5th one should be a simple one. You've seen the previous one with the League of Nations. League of Nations was in charge to do that. So it's just a simple thing. So what you're saying here, this was success. Okay, bringing praise and thanks for the work of the League. Look at that. Awesome. So this was a success, and this is actually how you do this. Describe the work of the Norwegian explorer Nansen on behalf of the League. Or this can be a question regarding refugees, okay? Any question regarding refugees, okay? So, Refugee Commission. Look at that, boys. I am so pleased we've done this, because this can be in the exam, and really I want you to know this stuff. Do you find this useful? Describe the work of the Norwegian explorer Nansen. Yeah, I think it's good. Can you still hear me, boys? Okay, probably yes, hopefully yes. Good. So this was the other thing of the League. The second reason, the first reason, And we've done that, done and dusted. Why did the absence of some countries? Good. Okay, that's done. Let's go to the next one. Hopefully you are still there and following me. The humanitarian work, explain your answer. That's a very good thing. So let's do this together. The humanitarian work, that's a 10 pointers, okay? Copy and paste, number 25. So we are at 25%, 25 humanitarian work. Oopsie. Okay, so humanitarian work. Just go here and get the thing. So it's again 10. In the case of 10, you need, what do you need in the case of 10? That's the one. You need 3 and 2. That's the thing. Okay, 3 and 2. So you come up with 3 pro and 3 against. Okay. So let's see. Are you still there, boys?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So the humanitarian work, how far do you agree with this statement? It's good that we've done the previous one, which is very cool because it's about the humanitarian work. That's more applied on a specific. Okay, level 5, explain the evaluation of how far. So you need to do the evaluation for getting all the marks. Okay, so we're talking to detailed. Yeah. Oh, look at this. They start with Nansen immediately. That's good. That's very good. Good. So that's kind of like the same thing because it's about the humanitarian work. We kind of like anticipated this. So look at this. Fritjof Nansen, you can say only Nansen, the explorer, headed the League's refugee organization. That's a new information, so you just put it in there. And managed to help 425,000 displaced persons either to return home or find new homes between 20 and 22. Many of these were, oh, look at that. We can kind of take all the countries perfectly. Soviet Russia, Poland, France, Germany, and Turkey. His team found suitable transport, set up temporary camps, taught new trades and skills, and issued identity. It was, oh my God, this is perfect. It's exactly what we've done. But remember, this is only 1 point. Okay, 1 point, and you have to come up with. So this will be the successful part. Okay, and the next one will be the other part of the League work. Okay, so this is second. So other work. Okay, so the first one in the question is humanitarian work was the more successful. Okay, and by the look of it, it was. So you just write is humanitarian, and you got 3 points. 3 points. Okay, because humanitarian is literally the most successful. Okay, and so you look in humanitarian work. Okay, most successful of these activities. Okay, explain your answer. So the next one, you say, no, actually not. The other work is the most successful, but you won't find it, obviously, because you already know the answer. You already know that actually the League excelled in humanitarian work and the other one was crap. So other works 2 points. The League satisfactorily resolved the dispute between Sweden and Finland over the claims of Åland Island in the Baltics. Most of the islanders wanted to be ruled by Sweden, but the League, blah, blah, blah. Sweden accepted the decision, but this, we can say here, unfortunately, some of the main, let's say, major issues, major countries were not satisfied by the League involvement, the League help, and they did not like the decision regarding their disputes. Okay, so this was not really extremely satisfactory, and it didn't work so well like the other one. So look at that. This is beautiful. You can go either with other points. So the League had eventually ended up with more failures. LON ended up with more major failures than successes. In their quest to solve international disputes. Okay, that will be your point, unfortunately, and I think that's perfect. You have the 3 and 2 very well explained. You can say humanitarian, yes, that was the most successful from all the League of Nations work, and that's about it. What do you think, boys? How many points will you get in this one? Let's see. Out of 10. This question about humanitarian, do you think the humanitarian work was the most successful, or the other work in preventing war and, you know, finding peace? 7, 8, Michael, that's good, not bad. Let's go for an 8, Michael. And Theo, same. Yeah, okay. You are modest people. You'll do better than that. Matthew is the most modest of all. Matthew, I know you can do 8 or 9 in this one. Anyway, okay, going back to our stuff. So that's done. Remember, I have a priority to reach a certain number. I have a target. I don't know about you boys, but I'm looking for my targets always. What is this? Thousands of refugees. Yeah, that's the points. Okay. Not interested in Yalta. Good. So this is not what we have to do, because that's not our part. Even if you see here Soviet Union, Poland, please don't do that. So you'll find 2 which are very important, because this is by 1949 and we've done only Road to War, so that's not part of the 1949. That's part of the Cold War, basically, and actually the influence of the Soviet Union. We didn't actually look into that. We don't care about that. Okay, let's go back to our things in here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to the next paper, paper 1, 2. Beautiful. So let's clean this here. Paper 1, 2, 2017. Answer to questions. Bingo. These agreements between the peacemakers at the Paris Peace Conference led to compromise and bitterness again, boys, do not underestimate this. This is a very good piece of information. This is actually setting up your focus on all the questions. Your focus will be to show, to answer your questions by looking at this fact that there were heaps of disagreements between the peacemakers at Versailles, and they actually had to heaps of compromise, and then they were very bitter and not very happy. Compromising is that part when you talk about why the victors didn't achieve what they wanted, all the things they wanted. Okay, so what did Wilson hope to achieve with 14 points? Beautiful. 1 minute, please tell me here. Yeah, go write it. Don't worry, you'll see see that on YouTube. It's gonna be there for tonight, so don't worry. Now, please tell me here, boys, what do you think Wilson hoped to achieve with his 14 points? One or two things, okay? And in the meantime, I will go and look for the marking scheme. Wilson, very interesting guy, Wilson. That was question number 5, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Bingo. Okay, so what did Wilson remember? 4 pointers. 4 pointers will be very easy. Let's see. Lasting peace in Europe. Yes, yes. Excellent. Lasting peace in Europe. What else? Maybe you know, the big empires renouncing their colonies and trying to give self-determination to other countries, and so on. Okay, so let's go to that. We don't have time to waste. We go straight to history cards, and we go to 25. Copy and paste. Rename 026, full stop. Wilson, 14 points. Good. Wilson, 14 points. So what he intended to achieve. Copy, go there. This is probably the easiest of all questions. So, yep, that would be it. Good. So what did Wilson hope to achieve with his points? 4 pointers. So you have to give me 4 relevant points. Look at this. When first proposed the reason to end war. That's perfect. It's the simplest of all. Wanted to achieve a fair and lasting peace. Michael, very good. Build a better and peaceful world. Yeah. Strengthen democracy. Oh my God, you can write 10 points in here. You can write 5, 6 if you want. It's not a problem. It's perfect because it's like how much time that's gonna cost you. I don't know, 20 seconds. That's okay. You can do that. And that will be very good for you because in case you are, I don't know, you just have a blank or something and you just go into one direction, it's a better chance to get all 4 points. You wanted to uphold the principle of self-determination. Look at that. I told you about that and you know about that. He hoped to set up the League of Nations. Okay, that's perfect. Try to identify the general cause of conflict and then devise remedies for each use. For example, Wilson decided that the cause of the war had been the buildup of armaments. He recommended nations disarm. Okay. Simple as. How easy is that? Absolutely easy. 4 out of 4. I have no doubt of that. Okay. Copy and paste the next one. 27. Let's see. What do we have here? Yeah, go Matthew. Don't worry. You're gonna get this. I know you have other things to do. 11 o'clock. Good. Not a problem, boys. I'm still here, and we do as much as we can. Another 2, and then I have to go to fix my car. Good. Why was Lloyd George unhappy with the French demands? That's such a good one. That's absolutely a good question. Lloyd George unhappy with French. Okay, so 027. Lloyd George unhappy. Okay. So Lloyd George was unhappy with France because of many reasons. Again, this is a 6 pointers, and I will expect you to actually get a very, very good mark in this one, because we've done what these people wanted, what was their hope for their countries, and what they were looking for. And we know that British actually wanted to still dominate the trade and have heaps of good partners, including Germany. They wanted to cripple Germany, but not too much. They wanted to make Germany to pay, but not too much, because they didn't have any interest in a crippled Germany. They have to sell their product, they have to buy products, and they have to continue trade. The only preoccupation of these people was to kind of have good trade relations with other people. So why was Lloyd George unhappy with the French demands? That's a specific question. You have to look into French demands, and then you have to look into the British demands and just ponder. Okay, so let's see. Lloyd George will Lloyd George realized that the future economic well-being of Britain depended largely upon the economic revival of Europe. This in turn depended upon the revival of the German economy, so they needed each other. That's the point in here. He felt that if France's demand for the Rhineland to become an independent state will come to fruition, then Germany would not be wealthy enough to buy British goods. So Germany would not be wealthy enough to buy British goods. Look at that. So they were not happy with a specific France demand. Okay, France demand from Rhineland. So this is addressing the question. Okay, so that's one point in here. Main reason. Okay, main reason, I would say. And what else? Okay, another one. Lloyd George, second reason. Okay, second reason. And you have to actually explain them very well. That's the point. Second reason, Lloyd George thought French demands were extreme. The extremely high reparations figure demanded, so extremely high reparations figure, they didn't like that. Again, the extreme reparation figure was put forward by France because they've been very affected. A weak Germany would prove an inadequate barrier to communism. Look at that. So another point in here is that the reparations were too big. So you can actually put all of them in one. These are other reasons to be unhappy. Okay, if the French demand for an excessively harsh treaty took place, then it was to give rise to a sense of intense grievance. Look at this. So another point in here. So excellent, absolutely excellent answer. This may lead Germans to revenge in the future, and he did not want to see the French president's idea of breaking Germany up into smaller states. That's not interesting. Lloyd, you don't want to see the defeat or punishment. Just 1 second, I have to put my power. Yeah. Good, power is back. They don't want to see the defeat and punishment of Germany leading to French domination in Europe. Okay, so they didn't want to. Third reason. And remember, again and again, I'm going to put this, choose only two, because you don't have time, okay? Choose only two. You can do that too if you are very committed and very fast, but it's better to stick with two. Lloyd George did not want to see the defeat and punishment of Germany leading to French domination in Europe. Remember, before anything, they were always in big rivalry, British and French. Okay, I should say that they were more closer to Germany than to French. Okay, the French demands would could mean the Germans would want revenge in the future. It's exactly what happened. Okay, look at this. How beautiful this question is. I want to ask you how many points. Michael, what do you think? How many points you'll get on this one out of 6? They were too harsh on Germany, who we saw as a part. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Michael, Theo, what do you think? What you're gonna get in this one? Look at this again. You know this stuff. The key for success here is that France demand for the Rhineland to become an independent state. Okay, that's the key of discussion. Okay, then Germany would not be wealthy enough because Rhineland was actually the wealth of Germany, the industrial area and the resources. Okay, so that will be kind of like a good pointer. So yeah, 4, 5, 5, 6. Yeah, that's good. Not bad. Not bad. Good. And let's do the last one, and then probably I'll let you go. And I'll see you back tomorrow. Let's see. The last one will be the reduction in its military strength was the main reason for Germany's bitterness with the Treaty of Versailles. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Okay, so let's see. What do you think, boys? The reduction in its military strength was the main reason for Germany's bitterness with the Treaty of Versailles. Just tell me in there until I put this as a card. Okay, so reduction in military. Copy and paste. 28. Okay, so let's check. Dictate Reparations Act. Yeah, yes, that can be the one. And also, what was the most important? Let's go back to the question. What was the most important problem Germany had with this? With this Treaty of Versailles? What was the most annoying thing they asked Germany to do in the Treaty of Versailles? It was the reduction of the military forces. Are you sure? The most annoying. What do you think, boys? Yes, that's the one, Theo. Yes, baby. That's the one. So war guilt clause. That's the one. Good. So let's go there and just copy and go to here, military reduction. Good. Let's see what these people are telling us. Okay, chunk. Good. So what do we need for this? This is a 10 pointers. A 10 pointers will be the one with 23 or 32. Okay, we are 23. Think of that all the time. Okay, bold, uppercase. You see my OCD is working perfectly. Enter, and for this you need an evaluation at the end. Okay, so it's not enough to explain only one thing. So on one side, so let's say main reason, and I'm gonna write in here reduction brought loss of pride, okay, and mana, resentment. Let's put it resentment, because these people won't know what's mana in England. They're not really so smart as you think they are. The reduction in armaments brought a loss of pride and resentment. This contributed to a feeling of insecurity. Look at that, of the people feeling of insecurity. And you have to say the magic words, 100,000, don't keep it for you, okay? You say, yeah, the reduction was that, and you say how much, how small was the army comparing with the previous one. So you say a reduction with 90%, okay, of the army was thought to be too small to defend against a possible French attack. French will never attack, so don't worry about that, Germans. And the other one is, look at that, the war guilt clause. Second reason. War guilt clause. Please put there article 231. So, okay, because if you put article 231, that will help you a lot. Let's see if they put that one in there. No, they didn't. Stupid. The war because of particularly hated, Germany felt that the blame should be shared, as Germany was forced to accept the article 231, blame for the war. It was expected to pay for all the damage caused by the war, reparations of 6.6 billion. See how I add that, even if I know that you know it, doesn't matter, you add it there. Okay, so the war guilt clause was hated. Okay, they literally do this like this is a secondary one. In my opinion, this is the biggest one, but expected to pay all the damage. So that you already have 3 in here. Okay. And you already have 3 in here, so it's really up to you which one you want to use. You can use this one with the size of the army and the feeling of insecurity. You can develop this answer, okay? Can develop this answer further. Can further develop this answer, okay? So you can do that. It's really up to you. So that's another thing. So look at that, it's a tenner. Now, let's see how many points you think you're gonna get on this one. Wargill clause, excellent, excellent. 7-8, yeah, that's a pretty good one here, pretty good one. 7-9, yeah, it's doable. It's because you have very clear points in here. It's doable even 10. I will do 10 out of 10, sorry boys, because that's so easy. So you have on the one side, you talk about how their armed forces were like just killed, literally 90%. So you talk from 1 million, then you have 100,000 soldiers. So this was the reasons why. This was the reason why Germany felt so insecure, and they have this problem with insecurity because of the of these possible problems in the future with the French. And so the second one will be the Wargill Clause, Article 231, which was also a huge loss of pride and a source of huge resentment. So I think, in my opinion, I think that the Wargill Clause will be the most important one, but it's not a problem if you look into that. You have to explain with 3 and 2. Really, if you want to put this one as the main one, that's okay with me. It's not a problem. They're both very important. Oh, look at this. We started 22 and we've done 7. This is good. 7 per day. Beautiful. So tomorrow we're going to do another 7. Thursday we're going to do another 7. 14. Friday I'm not doing it with you boys because I'm at school for an interview for another thing. So it's going to be, yeah, I'm going to see you again on Monday at school. But until then, I'm going to see you tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and Thursday. So, yeah, maybe I can put this a little bit later on Friday because I still want to teach you. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording, but stay here with me because I want to ask you something.